Good afternoon. It is the 29th of March 2026. Thank you for keeping it TV47 as we get you informed on the latest at this hour. My name is Sheilar Chelangat, and of course we begin now. Olkalau Member of Parliament David Kiaraho has died while receiving treatment in a Nairobi hospital. Reports indicate that the legislator passed away while undergoing medical care, although details surrounding his illness were not immediately disclosed. Kiaraho's death has been confirmed by the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula. David Njuguna Kiaraho is a Kenyan politician who has served as the Member of Parliament for Olkalau constituency in Nyandarua County since 2013. All right, may his soul rest in eternal peace. Our reporter Meshak Mwaluse is at the MP's residence and will be giving us more updates at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Now, away from that, Bishop Mark Kadima of the Catholic Diocese of Bungoma led faithfuls of the Christ the King Church in Bungoma town in celebrating Palm Sunday, which officially marks the beginning of Holy Week 6 days before the resurrection of Jesus Christ. His sermon, Bishop Kadima urged citizens and leaders to lead with humility and to emulate the example of Jesus Christ. Friday will be observed as the Way of the Cross, during which Catholic faithfuls follow the Stations of the Cross to commemorate the suffering and death of Jesus Christ, culminating in Easter, which celebrates his resurrection.
Katika unyenyekevu wa Mungu Yesu Kristo anatuonyesha kwamba kufaulu mpaka tushirikishe. Sisi tunashirikishwa siku ya leo. Tunaiga mfano wa Yesu Kristo ambaye hakuwa na haja ya kuomba, hakuwa na haja ya kupewa, hakuwa na haja ya kusaidiwa, lakini alifanya hivyo kusudi sisi tukiwa viongozi wazuri tushirikishwe na Yesu Kristo, tuwe wakarimu kwake, ya kwamba tuende kwake tukimwambia, chukua mikono yetu, chukua sala zetu, chukua familia zetu, chukua mali yetu, ili utumie na ubariki.
And in the world of politics, political tensions are boiling over within the Orange Democratic Movement as the Linda Mwananchi faction, led by Edwin Sifuna, gears up for a high-stakes function in Tononoka, even as ODM Deputy Party Leader Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasser hosts a rival power show in Jomvu, a dramatic display of internal rivalry that lays bare deepening cracks within the party, sparking fears of a full-blown coastal political fallout as the battle for control intensifies.
Huyu mheshimiwa Mumanyi Likoni aspirant amalima huyu kijana munalinda mwananchi, tunalinda mwananchi, vijana wewe MP halo Mombasa wewe MP Westlands wasa cheme jambo.
Tononoka oye! Tononoka oye! Mko tayari kuona Sifuna? Mko tayari? Wacha niwaambie kitu moja, si chungwa ni tamu. Chungwa ni tamu na iko na mbegu, ukipanda inamea, si ndio? Wale watu walimaliza baba wakifikiria hatutapata vijana wengine. Mungu ametupea Sifuna, huyo ndio baba yetu, si ndio? Kuna maisha kwa wili baba kweli? haina maisha. Tunatangaza msimamo leo. Sifuna anakuja kutupea mwelekeo. Tuko tayari? Ndani ya nyumba kuna Madam Christine Agutu ambaye ni incoming chair wa KUPPET. Wapi makofi yake? Sasa sisi tunasema Kasongo must go, si ndio? Nikisema Harambee, Ruto nyumbani, si ndio? Kwa hivyo tukae ngangari. Baba alikuwa mtu shujaa na Mombasa ni watu mashujaa.
All right, those are what is happening in Mombasa County, and of course more updates as it comes. Now, away from that, Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has announced a shift in the country's healthcare approach, placing greater emphasis on how living environments can promote wellness and reduce disease. Speaking in Nairobi, Duale emphasized that the future of healthcare in Kenya will not only be anchored in hospitals, but also in how sites are planned and how communities live, with greater focus on green spaces, air quality and environments that promote both physical and mental well-being. His remarks come at a time when Kenya is seeking sustainable long-term solutions to ease pressure on its healthcare system, with increased calls for preventative approaches that address the root cause of illness before they reach health facilities.
By integrating the natural light, expansive green spaces, and serene environments, you are addressing the mental clarity and spiritual tranquility essential for a very productive citizenry. This holistic approach is a direct defense against the rising tide of mental health challenges and stress-related conditions.
What you see today is 3 years of designing and changing ideas here and there, because we want to still protect what was existing there, and of course again to show the African youth, the local talent can still build international level projects. It doesn't have to be another project came from internationally imported, but we need something that locally born.
We're working closely in various levels, and a number of projects that are initiated by the UN agencies and other agencies we are supported, because Nairobi is next door to us, and I think it allows our people to interact with each other. And Somali by nature are also very entrepreneurship spirit, and that has been contributing. That's why a lot of investors are coming here to invest. But also you have about 45,000 Kenyans now relocating to Somalia, also seeking opportunity there.
And the United Democratic Alliance UDA nominee for Emurua Dikir parliamentary by-election, David Keter, has continued to receive congratulatory messages following his victory in the party primaries. Keter secured the ticket after a tightly contested race, defeating his closest rival, Bernard Ngeno, popularly known as Bulu. The primaries were held to replace the late area MP Johanna Ngeno, who died in a plane crash last month. Local leaders led by Narok West MP Gabriel Oletongoyo have praised the exercise, terming it free, fair and credible.
It's not an option. All of us have to pull and move toward the same direction. But you know, even internal competition is healthy for the party. It is healthy, it's important, it strengthens the party. UDA is big in Narok because we have those internal competition. Moving forward into the IBC election, if at all they are going to be there, we call upon them to maintain the peace and tranquility.
And to matters education, in a bid to embrace and improve the competency-based education curriculum in the country, schools from various counties have convened in Nairobi to showcase the power of foreign languages in creating employment opportunities among the youth, while also serving as a way of engaging students with talents. The event, which brought together key stakeholders, including the director of Paulson Language and Solution Limited, Flency Atswenje, highlighted how the platform adds value to learners by boosting their self-esteem and preparing them for opportunities both in Africa and globally, even as parents are urged to embrace the initiative.
Africa is rich in culture, diversity, talent, and ideas. And that is why we have to intentionally tap into this richness to redefine and reshape the African narrative. By equipping our learners with multilingual skills, we are nurturing innovation, creativity, global-mindedness, and resilience needed for them to thrive.
Multilingual Festival is here to tap onto these very important talents of our young learners. As we all know, the mission of the competence-based education is nurturing every learner's potential. And therefore, we urge all the schools to partner with the Multilingual Festival to ensure that learners are helped or their talents are tapped from the young age.
This year's Multicultural Festival commemorates the togetherness of different countries, languages, and cultures, and I am privileged to be part of it as we come together to experience different things. The theme, Borderless Voices, allows different people to put the lens at our eyes such that we may see the world from their perspective and understand and expand our knowledge on finding boundless solutions.
Right, and away from that, a day after the government gazetted parts of Meru County as disturbed areas, Democratic Party National Chairman Peter Ndubai has called on the government to ensure proper compensation for all victims of banditry attacks in the region. Speaking to the media, Ndubai urged authorities to enhance security measures and protect vulnerable residents from armed attackers. He further accused some members of parliament and the Meru governor of failing to deliver meaningful development in the county.
More than 15,000 head of cattle have been stolen, and we are asking the government, they must compensate people who are killed, they must compensate livestock stolen. And we cannot take it as a light issue. People being killed, animals being stolen every day. It's not a big. It's a big issue for many people. We are asking the government to take appropriate action so that we apprehend people who are stealing our cattle, people who are killing our people. We are asking Governor of Meru County, you need to do development. You need to take people who can help you develop Meru. We need development, not mere speaking and saying two times.
And a section of Kikuyu Council of Elders have strongly condemned plans by the government to construct affordable houses at the Reverend Shrine Gardens in Githunguri constituency, describing the site as an iconic cultural landmark that has existed for decades and used for worship purposes by the community. A statement read by General Secretary James Nene, the elders expressed anger and disappointment, accusing the government of attempting to push the project without adequate public participation or consultation with the Gikuyu community leadership. They also faulted area lawmaker Gathoni Wamushomba for having double standards after pledging to support their quest for the construction of a traditional thingira, but later changed her position, okaying the construction of affordable houses.
Tumekataa kabisa na tumesema na tumeeleza president mwenyewe kama kweli anakuanga anapatia heshima hata Wakikuyu, aende Githunguri na aende aseme hiyo mjengo iondolewe hapo, kwa sababu hata sisi hatutakubali iendelee. Hatutaki kupigana na serikali, lakini ikifika hapo sisi kama jamii ya Wakikuyu tutakataa na tutatoa na lazima tupiganie haki yetu.
There is no affordable housing itajengwa pale Githunguri. We demand hiyo mabati yote imewekwa pale iondolewe. Hatutaki hizo affordable housing. Where are we taking them? Sasa sisi kama vijana tumesema we will fight for that land.
Constitution, it is provided that the government or rather the state is supposed to protect and safeguard our culture, including protecting and safeguarding our cultural site.
It's every Kenyan who is invited to rally behind this cause. Because we are not short of land where you can transfer the affordable housing. We are not against the affordable housing, but it can be done elsewhere.
Now, over 1,500 youth in Mombasa County are set to benefit from free Ajira digital training, with the program aimed at equipping them with skills for self-employment and digital entrepreneurship. Speaking in Mombasa during sports activities organized under the Viva Youth Health Awareness Project, stakeholders from government departments responsible for youth affairs and administration, led by George Mbogo, Secretary in the State Department for Youth Development, emphasized the urgent need to invest in young people, noting their potential, knowledge and energy to drive change.
So we are here so that we also identify the young people who will be trained in relation to digital skills.
Fikra nzuri ya vijana kujitegemea ni wao wenyewe wawe na taaluma na wawe na vyeti ili waweze kupata ruzuku njema. Kwa hiyo mimi binafsi kama mwakilishi wa County Government of Mombasa napenda nipongeze serikali kuu kwa fikra njema ambayo wameileta, na nina imani ya kwamba vijana wetu wa Mombasa wataweza kupata faida kubwa kutokana na fikra hino ambayo iko useni.
Na kwa hivyo tunataka vijana wetu wa Mombasa kwamba serikali sasa imekuja kuhakikisha kwamba wanapewa nafasi ya kushughulikia na kushiriki katika nafasi ambazo zipo, kwamba wakuje mbio na hakikisha kwamba wanashughulika kuhakikisha kwamba wanapewa nafasi hizo. Nimesikia kwamba kuna nafasi karibu 1500 vijana ambao watapewa training na watapewa vyeti baada ya hizo training.
And still, the youth have been urged to embrace vocational training as the beauty industry expands, offering new income opportunities amid rising unemployment challenges. The call was made during a graduation ceremony at Makeup by Rose Training School, where young women completed beauty and fashion courses. Graduates expressed confidence in tapping into the growing demand for beauty services. The founder of Rose Training School, Rose Ntongondu, highlighted the sector's rapid growth, which she says is now valued at over 100 billion shillings, while speakers encouraged youth to embrace digital marketing and practical skills to remain competitive.
So the entire MBR training, Makeup by Rose training, is meant to empower women using the beauty skill. Because most people think beauty is superficial, but it's an actual job. So some people over here have left with a job. So for me, the reason for doing this graduation is I want to empower them and to also show them this is a big deal.
The beneficiary of those vocational skills and technical skills, I urge them to embrace their skills. Then they introduce their brand, they establish their brand, they push their brands, then they embrace digital marketing, they focus on it, and they will rise up.
My call to Gen Z is equip yourself with these technical skills. Right now, you don't need to go to a uni to be learned, you know. You can just take just a technical course in welding, in makeup artistry, and make your way through in the marketplace.
All right, 14 minutes past 1 p.m. East African time. Of course, it is now a time for a short commercial break. When we'll be back, more updates on the other side of the break. Thank you for staying with us, and of course we continue to update you. Now, nominated Senator Karen Nyamu has urged Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna to abandon alleged arrogance and show respect towards high-ranking national leaders. Speaking in Westlands, Nyamu criticized Sifuna's recent remarks concerning ODM leader Oburu Oginga, labeling his language undisciplined and inappropriate. She emphasized that political disagreements should not override basic etiquette, insisting that Sifuna must respect fellow leaders regardless of their differing ideologies to maintain decorum within the country's political space.
Kiburi sio mzuri kwa uongozi. Jana nilisikia umetamuka, umeongea maneno mbaya sana kwa Oburu. Mpaka ikaniuma. Kwa sababu huyo ni mzee, anafaa heshimiwe na aongeleshwe vizuri. Ukamwambia utaki kuwa SG wake, ukamwambia nini maneno mbaya mpaka nikashtuka, sababu mimi sikujui hivyo. Mimi nakujua kama kijana mpole. Nakwambia rafiki yangu Sifuna, twende pole pole, na ukienda pole pole hata hii nchi utaongoza.
Now, SACCOs are now under pressure to recruit younger members and adopt digital systems to ensure long-term sustainability and future growth. Commissioner for Cooperative Development David Obonyo has urged SACCOs to lower entry barriers and integrate youth in leadership in order to remain relevant. United SACCO CEO Martin Muhoho announced a bold strategy to double the SACCO's asset base to 60 billion by 2030 through aggressive digitization. Chairman Michael Mureithi confirmed a 1.73 billion profit and a 12% dividend payout, demonstrating that modernizing operations while rewarding loyal members is key to staying competitive.
The future of Uniteds is heavily dependent on the youthful membership you will have. And as we have youthful population in your membership, let us also try to see how can we nurture them to enter into the management, into leadership.
So our agenda for youth inclusion starts from membership and riding on digital platforms. Then at the leadership level, once we have the youth come in as members, the next level is to start growing them into leadership. Because these are the leaders, not of tomorrow, but of today.
Our membership growth, we want to be at 1 million in five years. We want to be in 60 billion asset base in the next 5 years.
Now, marginalized groups in Mavoko, Machakos County are now mobilizing for political unity to challenge long-standing development, neglect and secure representation beyond 2027. Led by Dennis Oyunge and other elders from marginalized communities during an opinion meeting in Otawala, the group criticized MP Patrick Macau for failing to address their systemic concerns. The leaders are now urging residents to participate in the ongoing national voter registration exercise. Speaking in one voice, the elders believe the communities will finally gain the bargaining power needed to demand an equal share of regional development.
Inapeleka mtu kwa kiti ni ile card. You are voter. Kura to register ndio tutakuwa na usemi, tutakuwa na nguvu ya kuitisha maendeleo.
Sisi kama jamii ya Wamasai tumesaulika, hakuna mahali ambayo tumehesabiwa kama wale ambao wanaishi Mafoko.
And national government administration officers in Kangema constituency have urged parents and learners to embrace the newly launched subsidized fee program for public day secondary schools in their constituency, saying it will make education more affordable and help boost student enrollment. The program, made possible through the Kangema NGCDF fund in partnership with the Ministry of Education, is set to benefit more than 4,000 students in 20 public day secondary schools across the constituency, with each student paying 1,000 shillings only per term. Education stakeholders, among them education officers, principals and school board of management, have said the agreement was reached after extensive consultation aimed at finding a lasting solution to the high cost of education in day schools, with the initiative expected to ease the financial burden on families.
Mimi ningependa kuhimiza wazazi sasa, kwa sababu ya program ambayo imeanzishwa through NGCDF na patron wetu the Honorable MP ya kuwalipia 80%, 12,000 out of the 15,000, wazazi wanalipa 1,000 peke yake every term. Sasa hakuna changamoto ambayo itakuwa.
Tumekuwa tukijadiliana vile tunaweza fanya kusubsidize our secondary education. It was a big debate, but today we have come to an agreement whereby we are signing an MOU whereby every student from day school from term 2 they will be paying 1,000 shillings. Badala ya mzazi ana uwezo ana strain tena ku struggle kuona vile atapeleka mtoto boarding school, which is very expensive, which is also not easy to run for some of the parents.
Ni kumaanisha kutoka second term hakuna mtoto yote ambaye ataambiwa ende kalo nyumbani, wote wataweza kukaa shule.
And as the government continues rolling out a new health services integration plan estimated to cost about 153 billion shillings, concerns are mounting among health activists and civil society organizations who warn that the move could negatively impact key and vulnerable populations. Speaking in Mombasa, stakeholders claim they were not adequately consulted in the implementation of the new system, cautioning that it could disrupt critical services such as reproductive health care, sexually transmitted infection prevention and HIV control, especially within safe spaces and friendly centers that serve these groups. However, Medical Services Principal Secretary Dr. Ouma Oluga has defended the plan, stating that it will enhance service delivery and promote equity.
As it is, poses.
The safe spaces are been very critical. It brings in like population that may not want to really share, the space with others. Some people are scared of the judgments from the health workers. Some people will be scared of the judgments from the community. So some of these spaces have been very key. So we believe that even within the integration agenda, some of these ideas and initiatives can still be maintained. For example, we can still maintain the youth-friendly services and corners within the health facilities, even with the integration.
Hao ni watu wetu wa jamii. Na wakati wafanya kazi na community ingine unaacha ingine, hautakuwa umezuia kitu, kwa sababu wote tuna mix kwa community. Ni vizuri pia government izingatie mambo ya disease, wakuwe na dawa, wakuwe na kila kitu ambapo magonjwa nao watapata katika one roof.
I really fearful of stigma, and stigma is a very, very big issue in our country, because we say 4 among us 10 people, most of them might face stigma, especially those people living with HIV.
And in the world of sports, Senegal paraded the Africa Cup of Nations trophy before Saturday's friendly match against Peru at Stade de France, despite being stripped of the title earlier this month. Before the match against Peru, Captain Kalidou Koulibaly and his teammates entered the pitch with the AFCON trophy for a lap of honor before Koulibaly and goalkeeper Edouard Mendy went up to the stadium's presidential box to place the trophy there. Senegal also played in a kit with 2 stars above their badge to signify having won 2 AFCON titles, the disputed 2025 tournament and their previous 2021 title. They beat Peru 2-0 following goals from Nicolas Jackson, who is on loan at Bayern Munich from Chelsea, and Crystal Palace's Ismaila Sarr.
How can I not feel African champion? I won it on the field with my teammates, with my brothers. We won it on the pitch. How can we not feel champions? And everybody sees us as the champions. That's the most important, The rest is comedy. I don't mind, They can do whatever they want. I know what I did in February in Morocco, my friend.
And Nairobi City Thunder will be looking to improve their performance as they head into their second match of the Basketball Africa League tournament this evening, where they will take on hosts Johannesburg Giants Basketball Club from 7 p.m. The Kenyan Giants lost against Tanzanian outfits Dar City in their opening group phase match in the Kalahari Conference, falling 90-85. Thunder are making their second ever appearance in the BAL, needed a win to kick off their campaign on a high note and improve on their 1-5 record.
Great genes, great DNA. Oh, top quality. Ogetsi up to 9 by that man Adera. Looking for the pass. Very good awareness on the floor. Tyler Ongwai gets separation from Tumi, tries to get it. Oh, the put in! It has been slammed down big time. Important score there coming from Ziako. Been picked up there, the shot. Oh, it's been blocked. Another chance. Oh my! It counts the three-pointer. The block was made. It goes up again. How big was that shot for Foster?
Away from that, Franklin Kipiator and Aisha Duba emerged as the top performers at the latest leg of the golf series held at the Kenya Railway Golf Club. Kipiator fired an impressive 69 gross to clinch the overall men's gross title, setting the pace with a composed round marked by accuracy and consistency. His performance placing him ahead of a strong chasing pack in a field that demanded precision throughout the 9-hole course. In the ladies category, Duba carded 89 gross to secure the overall ladies gross title. In the junior category, Anan Rogito returned a score of 110 gross to emerge winner. The railway leg attracted over 144 golfers, further highlighting the growing popularity of the NCBA Golf Series, which continues to offer competitive opportunities for players across different skill levels. All right, that concludes news now at 1 p.m. with I, Sheilar Chelangat. More updates in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Do enjoy the rest of your viewership. Good afternoon.